So let's see how we get this together. I want to start off with the trailer of the game because there are important clues in it.
What do you get for the man who has everything?
This character, Michael Douglas, has everything, but he is basically an asshole.
Happy birthday, sir. Thank you, Maggie.
I don't like her. So what brings you to town, Conrad? Everything all right?
Now his brother comes in and he gives him a birthday present.
October 12th.
October 12th.
Mickey's birthday. This is for you.
Consumer Recreation Services. Because he's just a consumer, L eats, recreation service. And we see the CRS, which sounds like Christ or Christal. And we see the triangle with the eye or the paradox. So this is his birthday present and it's October 12th. And October 12th is like, if you turn both around, it's like 121. It's like the gigawatts in Back to the Future. 1.21 gigawatts are necessary for the time travel. Warning. And this for the flux capacitor. And this looks like a Y, like the year 25. And this was exactly the day when Trump announced, this is the German format, it was the day after his inauguration where he didn't put the hand on the Bible. And he announced the massive new private sector AI infrastructure investment. And this was, we will see it in a minute. He announced the beginning and the end, which will meet the end of this thing and the harvesting of the Saturn. He will harvest everyone who will take the mark, so to speak. And if you want to finish the game and you refuse to take the mark, you have the opportunity to get out. So let's go back to the paradox. It's exactly the same sign like in the movie. It's the Penrose triangle. And it's basically impossible in the Euclidean geometry. You can read more about that, but in Freemasonry, the Euclid's problem is the 47th problem, which needs to be solved. And also the compass and square, like this thing, the circle and square, like the circle has exactly 47 degrees. And we have this this character, which is the 47th president, and he announces Project Stargate. So how do we beat this paradox? How can we get out of it? How this represents the mind, which is run by the god of this world, which is El or money or Satan or the one-eyed god. It has many names and it's, so to speak, the prism which projects this hell realm. I showed this multiple times in my last videos. So it's clear that this guy in this term has something to do with this thing. And also, let's go, it's about the completion of the paradox. So let's go into his announcement. He said, that President Trump announces Project Stargate, and there go billions. He puts in billions into AI infrastructure, which is known to be the Beast system. So didn't we hear about Stargate already? Yes, we did. There is a whole series about Stargate, and if you look, if you look closely, it's the Omega. The Stargate is the Omega because this is the gate where the stars can walk through, the real stars, the Trumans, like in the Truman Show. And the pyramid is L, the Alpha, the asshole god, which we have to face. It's death itself, or the mind, or the projector. And it's exactly like this, the Alpha and the Omega. I don't know if you can spot it, but I can show it like this, and then it should be clear. Because the Alpha is the asshole god, the L, the projector of this hell realm, which manifests itself as the beast suit with its cells. It manifests itself as the parasite, which needs to eat all the time, and it manifests itself as money, the god of this world, and God we trust. Haha. The Alpha and Omega. Trump announced Project Stargate, the Alpha and Omega. The end meets the beginning. So, what does this mean? The beginning meets the end. The beast, the snake, the mind eats itself. Saturn is harvesting. This is known as the royal flush. I think Chiron Last called it the royal flush. So, hence, the mark of the beast will be introduced as the last test. What? This is not what I like to see. This is what they show us. If you follow the Easter eggs, this is what they show us. The end meets the beginning, and hence a last test is run. So how is this test set up? It's like printed on the $1 bill. The god of this world, which is money, will be the last test. Okay, money is one eye because mono. Man comes from mono, mon, eye. One eye is the god of this world, hence no buying or selling if you refuse the mark of the beast. So let's go on. Now, Trump is known to be the final Antichrist, or the beast, the first beast. And he stated some days ago that I run the country and the whole world. I run the country and the world. And we have even the A for the L for the shithole projection realm. And then we have the one eye. You have to only take this eye up there, and you have, once again, this fucking stupid projector lens, which is L, or known to be as the devil, or Satan, or money, whatever. And this thing, to be clear, is in your mind, the pineal gland. It's in your own mind. And if you look closely, when he announced this Project Stargate, the beginning and end, all these tech billionaires showed up and they told about how they will set up the system. It's about health. This will be the Trojan horse. I suspect Mpox, that I showed in my last videos too. And if you look closely there, they showed the rider on the black horse. And what does the rider on the black horse stand for? It stands for the famine, because without money and so on, you can buy anything, and And how will they push people into the mark? They will shorten the food supply. So everyone will take the mark because everyone wants to eat. L eats. Everyone wants to eat and everyone gets hungry. Hence the Hunger Games. And the rider on the black horse, what has he in his hands? A scale. And what does this scale mean? Yeah, it's inflation and so on, and food shortening, but it's also the judgment, the scales of judgment, like the T-Mobile I showed in my last video. The T is like the scales of judgment. The B system with Starlink and so on is set up. Um, yeah, how can we go on? I don't know. I go to Project Stargate. Here's another depiction, the Alpha. Here's the Alpha, and here is the O for the Omega. And what can we read? If we will take, it will take you 1,000,000 light years from home. But will it bring you back? So here's the question for us. We are in the Hell Realm projection, but will we, or each one of us, come back home? And that's the test that's being set up as the last test for humanity in the end times. And I can go to this slide, the mark of the beast, the final test. According to interpretations of Revelation in the Bible, the mark of the beast is often seen as a final test of loyalty, a choice between worshipping God, the good, the heart, or the beast, which is Trump and all these guys. This test is linked to the ability to buy or sell, as those who refuse the mark will not be able to participate in economic life. Economic life. Yeah, and what do we see? On the $1 bill, in God we trust. So the question is, in which God do we trust? In the God of this world or in the real God? So let's go on. I have come with some other things too. Planet Trump. This was the year of his first presidency. And we see Planet Trump, as he said, I rule the country and the world, or I run the country and the whole world. And yeah, we saw a foreshadowing of Trump as sitting on the world and judging the world, or setting up the test. And here we have the Trump. He makes a lot of chaos all the time because we are in the age of chaos. And where does the new order come from? Out of chaos. Order out of chaos. Ordo de... I don't know. Ordo ab Chaos, I think it is called. So he makes a lot of chaos, like the tariff wars, which will lead to the experts that reveal exact date to expect empty shelves in stores. This is from 2 days ago. Now we had the blackout in Spain, another chaos. And here we see it, Trump in the middle is biffing on everybody's nose. He's right under the nose, or biffing on the nose. And that's also a funny thing. And we see Saturn for the age of judgment. Everything is red. And we see Saturn who judges the world, who wants to eat his children again because the time snake is eating itself in the end. The mind is eating itself. Death is eating itself because it is out of time. It's like in the Nokia snake game. In the end, when the game is over, the snake bites in its own tail. So to biff somebody on the nose, it's quite funny because as we see here, Trump is biffing on everybody's nose, and Biff Tannen in Back to the Future is really based on Trump, as David Gale admitted. So, what will happen if we don't bow down to the beast, to the mind, to the death? Because the projector, the mind, the body, this is the death projection. And if we don't take the mark of death, or the beast, or the mind, what will happen then? We will get crucified by the world. Because we will shatter this thing inside of us, outside and inside of us. And if we will shatter it, it's like in a movie, The Game, in the end, when he jumps from the roof and breaks through the glass, because the glass is the S, the God L, the Gl, S, God L, Gl, GL, God L is the S, and he becomes the Christ, because he died to the old world, to his old ways, and with it, if this thing, the hell projector, breaks and it breaks into crystals, what do you think will happen? The hell projection will end, and with it, the beast suit, the monkey suit, the cellular avatar. And here we see, here comes once again the Christ monogram, the Cairo monogram into play with the Alpha and the Omega, Project Stargate, and so on. It all ties together. You have just to connect the dots. It's not what I want to see, it's what is shown to us. It's what is there. I'm about the truth and not about, oh, I would like it this way. No, I'm like a detective. I'm like Columbo. So what do you think will happen if we refuse the mark of the beast? It's the same thing that happened to Jesus. We will be crucified to this world. We will hang our beast suit on the cross. Or the world will hang it on the cross, however you like it. And here we can see it's a symbol also, because he has opened his heart, and on the head he has this crown of thorns, because the mind is now crucified. The world is crucified, and the heart is open. So, what happened to Jesus? He was the L, because he was in the flesh. He was Lucifer, so to speak, and he faced his own bodily death, and he faced the hell projector inside of him, and he became the Christ because of the crystals. Because else glass prism is shattered to crystals. And now we have more hints in movies, or in what happens if you shatter the glass prism. It's the end of the hell projection, of course, and it includes the end of the parasitical cellular prison beast suit. Ha! And then maybe there comes the resurrection. So we have multiple hints. Hillary Clinton, the glass ceiling will be shattered someday. Yeah, the glass ceiling. Because L, the ass, is on top, on the ceiling. Because he has so much hubris. We have even this movie with glass. And it's no coincidence, the glass is split exactly there. I did this just to portray it, because if we do it like this, it's the A, the S, the God L is the S. And even in this movie, it's a trilogy. He's called Glass, yeah, and this thing is called the Beast. It has a split personality, and he's unbreakable. So the beast has a split personality, just like we are. It's like just like here in this Hell Realm game, and the beast even is coded in the movie like 923, which is the plutonium, which is the solution in the end, because the plutonium will melt the duality together and will bring an end to the AI. But I talked about that, or I will talk about that maybe in another video. And he even has the nuclear color code, like the black and the yellow, the beast, because the beast will eat itself in the end, and this will happen via nuclear world war. Russia will be involved, the Russian beer. I will make a video about that specifically. It's a truth that not everybody wants to hear, but that's how do you expect hell to end? How will the cycle end? So we see this in same thing in Shutter Island. Even the L, because it's the demiurge god, the Lucifer, with the light there, the tower of. It's like shatter, eyes, land, or shut eyes, land. The eyes land. L, eyes land. Do you get it? Shatter the ice land. Shutter Island. So let me go on. And even it's a passage in the Bible. Render unto Caesar what's Caesar's. And it's like a foreshadowing. When Jesus was later crucified, he was, in a sense, rendering unto Caesar the body that belonged to Caesar's. Human, earthly, to Caesar's realm, while devoting his soul to God, because the soul is what is living, and not the zombie shell or the beast suit. So then let's see what the Bible has to say about the resurrection. We had the Matrix resurrections, and we had in the end the apocalypse of the where all the bots were were basically dying because all the bots all the bots were destroyed. And that's what happens to the people who follow the mind and not the heart, who like this world, who like the flesh, who like the mind, who like the hierarchies, who like all of that, the money, the decay, the bodily decay, the aging, the brutality of this place. It's hell, and those who like hell will eat themselves in the end. Yeah, the Bible speaks about the transformation of the beast suit into incorruptible light bodies. Incorruptible bodies in the Bible, particularly in the context of the resurrection, refer to bodies that have been transformed and are no longer subject to decay or death. This idea is primarily linked to the Christian understanding of the resurrection, where believers will be raised with new glorified bodies that are not subject to the limitations of earthly existence. Oha. So, Project Stargate was the big announcement of the end of the cycle, which will most likely occur. Everything points to this. I will make another video about this, and this is when I speak about how the cycle will end, how the bots are destroyed, the AI, and when. and we have if you look at it from multiple angles, we can triangulate it, so to speak, and it all points to this was a clue 2028. Trump 2028, a cap fuels rumors about a possible third term. Yeah, even fire in gematria. And here we have the fire, the fuel, and now adding fuel to the fire of rumors and so on. We have the fire, the cap. The red cap is always associated with the judgment of the mind when Saturn eats itself. And when will this happen? In 2028. So I will make another video about this when the alpha and the omega is about to meet. And we even have in the Squid Game in the last episode. I will look if I find yeah, here it is. In the last season, there we have the one who started the game, and we see the circle because he likes to maintain it. It's number 1, and he has the number 456, which is the last number of the participants. There are in total 456 participants, and he wants to quit the game, leave the game, X the game. So the beginning meets the end, and it's called Squid Game because quit game of sin or Saturn, of Satan. Quit Satan's game or Saturn's game, because this character is the inventor of the games, and he's number 1, and he's the last participant, so the beginning meets the end. And this is the asshole god L, like you see in this devilish mask, portrayed in the mask. And it's funny because even the money, Squid Game, I will it's in the Squid Games, and it's inside a pig, or inside a swine or pig. Oh man, the money is the pig, and that's the end game. It's as easy as that. It will be the mark of the beast. Ask yourself why now all this chaos? Why now all these AI stuff? Why these Starlink and so on? Yeah, that's it. I'm out for today. And in the next video, I will talk about how will the apocalypse happen. It's nothing I wish for, or I don't know, or I'm I don't know how to speak, but it's what this thing shows us. What will happen indeed. It's like the time snake. That I can show that. Nokia snake biting tail. Yeah, it's like this. The snake game on the. I can see it. I can see it barely, but it's this thing. The snake biting in its own tail. Snake. Ha! Yeah, this was the Nokia snake game. And if you finish the game, at some point the snake is biting in its own tail, because it's the mind and it's eating itself. So, who's believing in the mind is now the question, and who's believing in the heart, who wants to go home, who goes all in for the heart, or who goes all in for the mind. And the mind is all about money, it's all about the beast suit, your bodily maintenance, and all about ego, all about hierarchy, all about fear.